Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Austin Reaves is being touted as the Lakers' third star, but his first playoff game of the season was Austin's worst in years. He's a real player now, which means expectations come with it. And for some reason, he wasn't up to par on Saturday. He had chances and the ball was in his hands a lot. But he never looked comfortable, and it seemed like it had little to do with the Wolves' defensive pressure. A truly bizarre game from Reaves. The Lakers want to win now, and if they don't, they'll certainly trade Austin Reaves for an established star. And even with a great season, Austin Reaves is out of the running for MVP of the year. Austin Reaves snubbed from Most Improved Player finalist list. The Lakers guard put up career numbers this season. When looking at the candidates for the NBA's Most Improved Player award, Los Angeles Lakers guard Austin Reaves seemed like a strong candidate to be named as one of the finalists. But when the NBA released their list of 3 finalists for the Most Improved Player award on Sunday, Reaves' name was not among them. Considering Austin Reaves' path to the NBA and increased role with the Lakers, he surely seemed like a logical choice for at least being one of the finalists for the Most Improved Player award. But the top 3 choices were Detroit Pistons guard Cade Cunningham, LA Clippers center Ivica Zubac and Atlanta Hawks guard Dyson Daniels. There's been a heavy debate as to whether Cunningham should be considered for the award since he was top overall pick in the NBA draft. Sure, Cunningham has put up a monster season while leading the Pistons to a playoff spot, but the argument posed is if this is the level that was naturally expected of him since he was a top lottery pick. Daniels and Zubac certainly have a case for Most Improved, and Zubac in particular seems to fit the bill as to what the Most Improved Player award really means. He was a second-round pick who has put up all-star caliber numbers this season. Reaves has been putting up all-star caliber numbers but as an undrafted player. Reaves got his start with the Lakers after going unselected in the 2021 NBA draft. He originally signed a 2-way contract with the Lakers, and later had that converted to a standard deal. Each season he's been in the NBA, he's improved and his numbers have gone up, culminating in the career highs this year. This season was the first of his career that Reaves moved into a full-time starting role. During his first 3 seasons in the NBA, he split between starting and coming off the bench. This year, his role on the Lakers has been more defined and he's responded. He appeared in 73 games at a little over 34 minutes per game. In the season, he averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists and 1.1 steals with splits of 46% shooting from the field, 37.7% shooting from the three-point line and 87.7% shooting from the free throw line. This season also included his career high of 45 points which he reached back on February 8 in a win against the Indiana Pacers with both LeBron James and Luka Doncic sitting out. Austin Reaves gets brutally honest on struggles versus Timberwolves in Game 1. The Lakers guard had a slow start to the game. The Los Angeles Lakers dropped Game 1 of their opening round playoff series, 117-95, against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Starting guard Austin Reaves, who has formed a sort of big 3 for the Lakers alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic, didn't quite have the game fans have come to expect from him. In Game 1, Austin Reaves did finish with 16 points, but shot only 5 of 13 from the field and 3-0 from three-point range as the Lakers fell behind in the series, 1-0. He started off the game slow, and was able to find a bit of a rhythm as the game went on, but it wasn't enough as the Lakers now face a must-win scenario before the series shifts to the Timberwolves' home court. Following the game, Reaves acknowledged that he needed to get off to a better start in Game 2. "I didn't play very well. I got a couple of shots to go in the third quarter, but through the whole midst of the game I have to be better," Reaves said. "I have to help us control the game better and I'll watch the film and get better." Reaves was 1 of 6 shooting from the field in the first half, but managed to go 4 of 5 shooting in the third quarter. While the Lakers couldn't close the gap in the second half, Reaves clearly found a way for success against the Wolves' defense, at least for a quarter. But regardless of how the team is shooting, Reaves acknowledged that it shouldn't affect their defensive intensity. I missed some bunnies early in that first quarter and second quarter that I'd like to think I'd shoot at a better percentage, Reaves said. And I think as a team, if you ask everybody that missed a couple, they would say the same thing. You can't let missed shots affect what you're doing on the defensive end. You still have to get back and compete. We'll do that on Tuesday. Reaves ended the regular season having appeared in 73 games at a little over 34 minutes per game. He averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists and 1.1 steals with splits of 46% shooting from the field, 37.7% shooting from the three-point line and 87.7% shooting from the free throw line. The Lakers ended up making the playoffs outright this season, earning the number 3 seed in the Western Conference, after having to go through the play-in each year since its inception. But even though the Wolves came in as the number 6 seed, they finished the season at 49-33, just a single game behind the Lakers 50-32. Lakers have no NBA regular season awards finalists. The Los Angeles Lakers had a very successful regular season, winning 50 games for the first time since 2020 and clinching the number 3 seed in a loaded Western Conference playoff field. A lot of people were responsible for that success, whether it be the leadership of J.J. Redick in his first year as a head coach, the clutch play of LeBron James and Luka Doncic, or the impressive leaps that Austin Reaves continues to take every year of his career. With the Lakers having that team success, it was logical for those members of the organization to get some recognition for it. Redick's name came up in Coach of the Year conversations, and James and Doncic were both named candidates for the NBA Clutch Player of the Year award. Additionally, Reaves was one of the betting favorites for a while in the mix for Most Improved Player, although Redick expressed his displeasure with what that award has become knowing his guy wasn't going to win it. The NBA regular season awards finalists were announced on Sunday and despite all that went right for the Lakers, they did not have anyone that made the cut. There weren't any big surprises among this year's finalists, with the MVP battle between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic perhaps being the most intriguing. 3 reasons the Lakers will bounce back after Game 1 loss to Timberwolves. The Lakers can rebound despite a brutal Game 1 defeat. Coming off a week-long rest and a solid 50-32 season, the Los Angeles Lakers were surprisingly run out of the arena by the 6th-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 1 of the 2025 NBA playoffs in the first round. The Timberwolves ultimately spoiled Luka Doncic's 37-point performance, cruising to a dominant 117-95 win. Although it's only the first game, the purple and gold will be looking to recover, as they try to reclaim the upper hand in this series. While the Timberwolves have already been dubbed as a tough first-round assignment, the Lakers still have the right tools to advance into the second round. For this piece, let's take a look at the 3 reasons the Lakers will bounce back after Game 1 loss to Timberwolves. LeBron James will kick it up a notch. It's safe to say that LeBron James had an underwhelming start to open his 18th playoff appearance. While he still posted 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, the Lakers needed more from the King. In fact, it marked the first time in his decorated career that James finished scoreless in the first quarter of a postseason game. Historically, James' teams haven't done really well in the postseason when he isn't aggressive. And the 2011 NBA Finals series against the Dallas Mavericks was a clear example. Fast forward to today with the purple and gold, even when he's already 40 years old, it remains the same that the Lakers' chances of winning exponentially increase when James controls the tempo, even with Luka in the fold. Nonetheless, this is only the first game, coming off a week-long rest. It's almost a sure shot that James will bounce back and have a better showing in the upcoming games. Sure enough, the Los Angeles has already learned that Luka won't be defeating the Timberwolves all by himself, and James is the best second option to supplant him. Luka Doncic will keep targeting Rudy Gobert when he's on the floor. One of the silver linings of the catastrophic Game 1 was that Luka and the Lakers exposed one of the Timberwolves' glaring weaknesses, Rudy Gobert's defense. Make no mistake, the 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year is a menace around the rim defensively. However, when he's forced to play the perimeter to guard an ace like Luka, the Slovenian sensation shows that he's easy to toy with. Thanks to his high IQ, Luka exploited switches that forced the 7'1" center to cover him. In fact, the very first play saw Gobert pick up his first foul, eventually finding himself to face foul trouble for the rest of the game. He finished the game with only 2 points and 3 personal fouls in 24 minutes of action. While this has forced the team to lean on a much more effective Naz Reid, it doesn't look like Minnesota will keep the French big man glued to the bench, especially with his size and potential impact. As a result, Los Angeles needs to take advantage of the mismatches whenever Gobert is on the floor. Coach J.J. Redick will make adjustments. There's no question that the Timberwolves picked apart the Lakers with their physicality and Edwards facilitating. But after a 50-win season, Coach J.J. Redick has showed to everyone that he's simply one of the best tacticians who knows how to make adjustments. One adjustment he will probably make is to make the Lakers' defenses dictate how Edwards will play. In Game 1, Edwards finished with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. While those 22 points were huge, it was the 9 dimes that played a big part in killing the Lakers. The purple and gold's chances of winning ultimately plummet when the Timberwolves star gets his teammates involved. As a result, Los Angeles will probably find ways to limit the Minnesota star to just a scorer who forces his shots. This is certainly easier said than done, but you can count on Redick to make it happen. Another department that Redick needs to address is the Timberwolves' hot three-point shooting. Minnesota relied on its outside shooting to sink the Lakers, converting 21 of 42 shots from beyond the arc. Reid led his team with 6 three-pointers. If the Lakers want to have a chance at winning, it's going to take a more aggressive defense system to limit the Timberwolves. The first-year tactician will probably call on Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, and Jared Vanderbilt to exert more effort to cover the perimeter. Redick was one of the targets of critics after a disappointing playoff debut as a coach. As a result, it's unlikely that the first-year head coach will sit still throughout the series. Magic Johnson trashes Lakers after alarming playoff loss to Timberwolves. The Lakers got dominated on their home floor Saturday night in Game 1 of their first-round NBA playoff series against the Timberwolves, and Magic Johnson isn't happy about it. Johnson took to social media to rip the number 3 seeded Lakers, the only home team to lose on the opening day of the playoffs that featured 4 games, as they fell 117-95. Tonight was one of the Lakers' worst performances this season, the Lakers legend wrote on X Saturday night. They were flat, had no energy, and they played like it was a regular season game. Johnson also took aim at first-year head coach J.J. Redick. The video player is currently playing an ad. You can skip the ad in 5 seconds with a mouse or keyboard. Coach J.J. Redick did a great job all season, but he didn't do a good job for Game 1, Johnson wrote. The Lakers stood around on offense, played too much one-on-one basketball, and he didn't make any necessary adjustments. Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards flirted with a triple-double, scoring 22 points with 9 assists and 8 rebounds, while Jaden McDaniels had 25 points on 11-4-13 shooting with 9 rebounds. Julius Randle, whom the Knicks traded to Minnesota in the Karl-Anthony Towns trade before the season, added 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists as the Timberwolves shot 51.2%, 44 for 86, from the field, including 50%, 21 for 42, from three-point range. The Lakers, meanwhile, shot 39.8%, 33 for 83, from the field and 36.6%, 15 for 41, from deep. They led by 7 after the first quarter before being outscored by 18 points in the second as they were outmuscled by the opposition. This Minnesota team, they're going to be physical, LeBron James, who had 19 points, told reporters. That's what they bring to the table. It took us one game to understand that. They took home court advantage from us tonight, but we have to control the controllables, and if we do that, we'll have a much better chance to win than we did tonight.